Wow! Happy Easter indeed, as the miracle has happened on April 20th, which is a really perfect day for a lot of people. Anyway, I don't know why I just did it. I apologize. Sorry. I just got too excited, if you know what I mean. I just got too excited. But the Marlins surprisingly avoided a sweep against the Phillies, and really the biggest player and the biggest thanks is Javier Sanoja. Sanoja probably played his best game of his career. His young career just happened. Played absolutely terrific baseball. He helped the go-ahead runs. He helped a great catch, and he was really involved with a base hit that pretty much seals the deal. So the Marlins finally snapped a losing streak, which was 5. Not as bad as 9 and somewhat of a couple of seasons past. But they did that against the Phillies at Citizens Bank Field or Park, whatever it is. But I'm really happy that they were able to avoid a sweep. More importantly, win on Easter Sunday for everybody, for the folks in Miami. Get it pumped up for tonight's game for the Miami Heat versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And happy Easter, everybody. So let's go over this game as best as I could. I'm gonna try to go through a little bit faster than I normally would because I am at the family's house. In case if you don't know the location, you've probably seen this like twice before. But yeah, let's talk about this. So Jesus Luzardo, a former Marlin, he pitched fairly good. He pitched a fairly decent game against the Marlins. Wagman singled to center, but a fielder's choice to the pitcher. And I will say this though, double plays were not a problem for the Marlins trying to get on base. But it remains in the fielder's choice. But in the event where they tried to execute, especially if it's on a wild pitch, when Norby stole second and the wild pitch from Luzardo, when Norby was able to score, was able to go to third, Lopez just cannot able to get a run in. So those were the problems for the Marlins today. And how about Otto Lopez? Otto Lopez did not have a good game. He was awful today. He had a couple of chances for a double play, could not field the ball properly, and he couldn't hit the baseball today. Bottom to first, Gillespie. Yeah, I mean, Gillespie had a hard time. Stott reached on the bunt, which was a pretty good bunt, I will say. He stole second. Turner singles to left. Turner stole second. So our problems continue with checking the runners at first. And then Bryce Harper doubled to center, which will be a 2-0 Phillies lead. Schwarber then grounded to first. He spikes his bat, making it 2-0 Phillies still. And Castellanos single to right, which will make it a 3-0 Philadelphia lead. So off to an awful start by Gillespie. But Kepler flied out center and Baum grounded to second. 3-0 Phillies right then and there. Top of the second, there was a response. Pretty good. So Dane Myers hits a single to center, good hit. And Kyle Stowers, damn good against lefties. We forgot about that. At least I forgot about that. Sanoja starts what would be his first of many RBIs of the game. This is a sacrifice fly to center. That's deep enough for Dane Myers to score, to get the score open, to put on the board. It's now 3-1 Phillies. So not bad. We'll take anything at this point, right? Mervis that struck out swinging. Brantley flied out to left. Gillespie got settled in. He got settled in as the game goes along. He pitched a 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second, so not bad. Luzardo still pitching. Connor Norby hits the center, but nothing to go along with the top of the third. Bottom of the third, only a walk that was issued, but fairly good inning for Gillespie. Myers then grounded to shortstop. Stowers single to left, but Stowers was caught stealing. A good play by the catcher. And Sanoja grounded to third. So that is not good. Not good there. Gillespie still pitching the bottom of the fourth. Kepler grounded to first. Baum hits a double. Rojas was surprisingly good. He hits a single to right, so Baum goes to third. So runners are corners. And then Marchand, if I said it right, single to right, which will allow Baum to score to make a 4-1 Phillies. Stott then struck out looking. Rojas with the great play by Brantley. Brantley throws to third and caught Rojas stealing third. Great play by the catcher, Brantley. And then something happened with Brantley that we hope it's not bad news because we're already dealing with injuries. But Brantley looked like he was hurt after that. So I hope it's nothing serious. And Brantley, please get well soon. We already lost Fortes for a little while. He'll be back pretty soon, right? And so is Derek Hill. But I can't say the same for Niner, though. We learned this morning that Niner is on a 60-day IL for a dislocated shoulder injury. He will be gone for at least 2 months. There is hope for him to come back in the season, though. So hope is not lost for Niner, but he has to go through the rehabs and stuff like that. So hopefully he'll be back fairly soon. Top of the fifth, though, it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Marlins. Not good. Liam Hicks has to come in to catch for Brantley. Turner was hit by a pitch. He got pissed off. I mean, that is slightly an overreaction from Trey Turner. I mean, I'm sorry. That's an overreaction. The reaction like that, especially if it's, a 3-2 count? Yeah, it's a 3-2 count. And the cutter, you think he did it on purpose to hit Turner on purpose with the cutter? That's ridiculous. Grow up. You're playing baseball. It's not intentional. It's definitely not intentional. If it was intentional, I would have said something. But grow up. You're playing baseball. So anyway, Gillespie throws a wild pitch. Turner does steal second. Harper flied out to the shortstop, so he's out there. Schwarber struck out swinging. That was a great pitch by Gillespie. And Castellanos ground out to shortstop. So it's still 4-1 Philadelphia. Top of the sixth, Norby would double to center, but can't get any scoring. That's a frustrating part. And here comes the Major League debut of Cade Gibson. He looked good today. He looked fantastic today. Now, what's going to happen with Gibson? Are they going to DFA him as well? Because Monteverde didn't have a bad game last night, or yesterday. I shouldn't say last night, because it didn't happen at nighttime. But it did happen during the day. Monteverde had a pretty decent game. And what did the Marlins front office do? DFA'd him. Why? You didn't even give him a chance. You're all about the player development, and you didn't even give Monteverde a little more of a chance? That's ridiculous. I hope Cade Gibson will not go through the same fate as Monteverde did. That was not fair. Not fair at all. Gibson, though, great game. Welcome to MLB. His Major League debut, he pitched a 1-2-3 inning. Looked good, especially against the Phillies team. That's impressive, man. Top of the seventh, though, Stowers struck out swinging. Sanoja gets on the base for a base hit. Nice. Matt Mervis with the double to right. Now, we got some business in. Hicks flied out to center, which is not good. And then Sanoja reached on an error. He reached on an error committed by the batter, which at time was Wagaman, I believe. So Edwards was safe on a fielding error by the baseman, which was incredible. But then Wagman struck out swinging. So we at least cut the lead in half, somewhat, right? Bottom the seventh, though, Gibson still pitching pretty good. He did give up his first hit. He gave up the first hit of his career, which was Trey Turner, but ain't no shame in that, because that is a heart of the lineup with Stott, Turner, and Harper, and I can even put in Kyle Schwarber and Castellanos. That's the heart of the lineup right there. But you did force Bryce Harper a ground out, and that's asking. Even then, that's asking a lot. But he got the job done. Top of the eighth, though, Kankern for for the Phillies. Luzardo pitched seven innings. He gave up 2 runs. Top of the eighth. This is where the bullpen starts to be a problem for the Phillies, and we have to capitalize on it. Did they? Well, let's see. Connor Norby singles to left. Good start. Otto Lopez gets a base hit. So, okay, so he did get a base hit, but then the problems occurred late, and I'll talk about that. So he did get one base hit today. Myers fouled out to first, not good. And Cal Stowers could not get a base hit in. But then here comes Javier Sanoja. He did the unthinkable for the Marlins, and I'm going to be surprised just as you are if I'm going to say this. Sanoja hits a go-ahead 3-run home run against the Phillies, and the Marlins, with a 3-run home run, takes the lead. It's now 5-4 Miami, and I'm shocked. I'm like, no freaking way. No way, no way, and no way. And that was out of the ballpark. Well, went to the seats. But it was out of the field. He got it. First MLB home run for Sanoja. And my God, Sanoja completely took me by surprise. That's a go-ahead home run. 5-4 Miami. The Marlins take the first lead of the series. First lead of the series. Mervis worked a walk. Let's see what Liam Hicks does. He lined out to left. So bottom the eighth, Schwarber flied out to center, which was a good start. But then Clayton McCullough then relieved Gibson, and comes Anthony Bender, and I'm sorry, he's not the closer. He will not be the closer the way how he's been pitching. Castellanos worked a walk. Kepler was hit by a pitch. So 2 men on. This is 1 out, too. Bone grounded out to second. And this is where Otto Lopez. I mean, you gotta make a play. You gotta make that play. You gotta get that double play. He juggles it a little bit. He was able to get 1 out, but couldn't get the guy at first. And then Stevenson reached on an infield single that went straight to Lopez, and he could not field it properly. So the Phillies tied up extremely quickly, and that's frustrating. You gotta make that freaking play, Lopez. Marchand that struck out swinging. It's tied 5-5. We go to the top of the 9th. Alvarado works a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the 9th, and I was calling it on X that Bryce Harper's going to walk us off. It's Calvin Furshade pitching, and Stott flied up to left, but then turned to work to walk. And here comes Bryce Harper, and I'm ready to be as pissed as people could be when I make the close and Bryce Harper got a base hit and was able to walk us off. Well, he did get a base hit, but it's an infield hit. Our infield was just not good today. But he reached the base, so he didn't walk it off. I'm shocked. Kyle Schwarber, I'm like, okay, maybe it's Schwarber. He popped out center, or second, and I'm thinking Castellanos. Flied out to right. So then we go to extra innings. By the way, how about that catch from Sanoja from the fly out to left from Stott? Another highlight. Top of the 10th, though, Stram is pitching for the Phillies. Lopez flied out to right. That was caught easily. But Dane Myers, I'm sorry if you hear the noise. That's my family. They're setting up the volleyball net. But Dane Myers bunts the baseball to left, to third, and it never went foul, and they could not get a sacrifice out of it. So runners are corners with 1 out. Speaking of sacrifice, I'm watching Cal Stowers like, please just get a big hit so that the run could go in. He did do that. Sacrifice fly to right, and Norby scores. All right, cool. 6-5. Dane Myers stole second fairly easily. He is fast. But then Sanoja does it again. Sanoja gets another RBI. He hits a baseball up the center, and Myers scores. It's 7-5 Miami. We now have a 2-point advantage. Mervis popped up to the pitcher. Bottom of the 10th now. It's Jesus Tinoco. Marlins hold the lead challenge. Tinoco works a 1-2-3 inning at the bottom of the 10th, and the challenge was successful. Successful challenge by the Marlins, and the Marlins avoided a sweep, and they have won this game 7-5 over the Phillies in 10 innings. And I can be excited all I want with the win. I'm sorry, I'm going to be. 13 hits for the Marlins, 10 hits for the Phillies. They got an error though. That was early in the game. That was with that. Actually, it was middle of the game. That was with SANOJA scoring on the batter's error. The pitching, 9 strikeouts for the Phillies, 6 strikeouts for the Marlins. And our next game is against the Cincinnati Reds. We go back home against the Cincinnati Reds. That's tomorrow, 6:40. 3-game series before. Going out west. We go out west. Seattle and then Los Angeles. Seattle, we could probably make it close. But the Dodgers, no way. But we'll see what happens, man. And everybody, happy Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. But yeah, man, that's going to do it for this one. Tonight is game 1 of the Miami Heat. I will not do a recap until tonight, pretty late tonight. I will definitely do a recap though tonight then. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe for content, because Miami TVG guys are back. What he does, he'll be right there with the free entertainment you deserve. This is Miami TVG signing off, folks. Happy Easter, everybody. Have a good one.